Hey guys, so as a mentor and as a coach and as a parent in sport, I'm sure you want to help your players build their dreams. So how about helping them build their self-belief? Not the belief in you and what you do and what you know, but rather what they can do and what they are capable of. So big dreams, coach, belief. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, so welcome to today's Leadership in Sport Part 9. We're talking about helping your athlete, your players, or your team build the self-belief essential to success in sports. Whether you want to be an amateur sportsman or a professional sportsman, building self-belief in your athletes and players and teams is key to their growth. So I'm going to just talk on 3 things, guys. But before I do that, let me just share a quick story about how we as coaches, mentors, and leaders in sport have a massive role to play in helping our athletes build their self-belief. Now, we all know about the power of the tongue, but how many of us actually use it effectively, positively? Or how many of us are just swept away by the emotion which sport often brings due to the excitement of the actual outcome? How many of us get swept away by that emotion and then completely lose control of the power of the tongue and use it negatively? What we may be not realizing is that this has a negative impact on the self-belief of your athlete, of your teams, and your players. So this morning, I went to go watch a junior football match, and I'm always keen to observe how the coaches allow their players to just go out there and play. Now we often use a term in football that players must be allowed to express themselves. So I would like to use that term in explaining to myself as a coach and to you as a coach, a parent, or a mentor in sport, that when it comes to match day or training, allow your athlete, your players, or your teams to express themselves. Yes, it is your responsibility to guide and support them and offer them advice and insight on how to do it better. But the key part is when it's their time to play or take part in an event, allow them to express themselves. Because when you allow that, you're actually helping them build their self-belief, not the belief in you and what you know and what you say. Because far too many coaches want players to heed every instruction. But here's the thing: how do we build self-belief when we are always listening out for every single instruction, externally, outside of ourselves? So I watched this match, and I saw far too many players. In actual fact, most players look towards the bench more than they should have. And here's the thought I had: how can we develop players, athletes, and teams with a very strong sense of self-belief and creativity when we are trying to control and restrict their every thought and action? So if we are going to build and develop athletes, players, and teams with strong self-belief, which is essential as you go higher in your sports and also in your life, we have to understand these 3 points, right? Point number 1 is that a coach is a leadership position in serving. Yeah. So being a coach, being a mentor in sport, you are in a privileged position to serve your team, your athletes or players. And thinking about them, servanthood is all about not what I want, but what the player needs, what your athletes and team needs. And most times, guys, it starts with providing the freedom within a framework for them to express themselves, to exercise what they are thinking, what they find may be the best solution for a moment. So another example this morning was that there was a free kick, right? And instead of allowing that player to exercise his creativity and his thought on what he thinks is best for the situation, he had his coach in his ear constantly prior to actually taking this kick. And the coach was instructing him where to play the ball, how to play it, to who to play the ball. Now, clearly, if you are vocal about where you want your player to play in and who to play it to, then also the opponents are hearing that and now know what you want him to do. But more importantly, you actually doing much more harm than good, because that player may have had a thought in his head that he sees the situation, he believes it can work, but your voice in his ear all the time creates some doubt. Yeah. So you need to understand that being a coach is about serving your players. And how can we best serve is if we observe and we listen to what is needed. And sometimes, most times in a sport, what is needed is just a support, a guiding hand, a word or two here and there. Not constant, commentating on the sidelines, because nobody can think clearly when someone is in their ear constantly throughout the entire match. So first point, understand that your role as a coach is one of servanthood, not of commentating. Yeah, and then point number 2, guys. Your players' dreams becomes your responsibility to build. So your player or your team or your athlete's dreams becomes your responsibility to build, right? Very often we see this very selfish approach from coaches, where it's about them, and it's about what they want, how they want you to play, or how they want their team to perform. But here's it: your players have dreams. It is your job to provide them with the solutions and the insights, how they can improve and how they can pursue those dreams confidently. Yeah. So understand that your players' dreams becomes your responsibility to build. And then thirdly, guys, your dreams means you have to grow as a coach. Why is that important? Because who is most responsible for determining whether you are a good coach or a good mentor or a good leader? It is those that you serve, right? So in order for those that you serve to go on a journey where they are fulfilling their dreams or developing each and every training session, each and every match, so that they can fulfill their potential, and in so doing help you realize your dreams, it's your players, your athlete, your teams is the only reason why you'll be able to fulfill your dreams as a coach, whatever that may be. Yeah. So understand that yes, you may have personal ambition for yourself, but as soon as you become a coach, as soon as that role that you have is one of servanthood, you need to understand that the people that you serve, your players, your athletes, your team, are the most important, not you, not what you feel or think, what they need. Yeah. So that's important. Understand them servanthood. Understand that their dreams is your responsibility, and understand that your dreams needs them to be the best version of themselves. So how they can be the best version of themselves, how your players, athletes, and teams can be the best version of themselves, is if you building the self-belief in them, and that's encouraging them to be the best version of themselves and creating the environment for them to excel. Cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this, guys. Please like, comment, and share. And as always, if you want others to be the best version of yourself, you have to be the best version of yourself. Cheers. Bless you. And have a good day.